What show and manga anime do you like? If you're talking about Show and Jump, which I believe you are, of course you might be expecting me to say something like, Bleach, or a Naruto, Shippuden, or maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something like that, but no, I would not be. Mind you, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is enjoyable. Naruto Shippuden's a hell of a lot better than Naruto, but still not a big fan of it, at least not the English dub. I watch it subtitled with the Japanese dub. Bleach, I watch it on occasion. Not a huge Bleach fan, by the way. If I had to really go with the Show and Jump anime, that is by far my favorite out of that selection, I would have to go with Yu Yu Hakusho. And if I remember correctly, yeah, that was a Show and Jump manga. And Yu Yu Hakusho, I love that anime. It is fantastic. Only one arc in that series disappointed me, and that, of course, is the Territory arc. I could have lived without it completely. Let's see, where are we at? Number 3 of yours. How long do you think you will do commentaries? Don't you mean how long do you think you will do commentaries? You know, grammar Nazi. Not really. I suck at grammar, by the way. I'm going to do commentaries until I get bored of doing commentaries. That's pretty much how it goes. I enjoy making them. If I ever stop enjoying doing commentaries, I'll stop doing them. And it's not going to be someone like Jay Frieden or RJ Bansma who's going to run me out of the commentary community. They can try. I'm not leaving due to them. I'll go to somewhere like Blip TV if I have to. I'll make a new account on YouTube. But I'm not leaving commentaries until I get tired of doing them. Or I'm dead, or I lose my speaking voice, in which at that point I'll probably just do text commentaries anyway. I'll keep doing them. It's just something I really enjoy to do. Team Deathmatch? I'll let Purple Eyes WTF answer that for you.
Oh, really? You're really doing this, aren't you? Team Deathmatch!
Yeah. Team Deathmatch. Next set of questions comes from Triangel1614. Number 1. Why do you call your commentary show Professor Commentaries? I was hoping for this question. I was actually hoping for something similar to this. Either that, or why do you call yourself the Professor? Well, long story made long. Back in 2010, like I said before, when I started doing videos on reviews that were very much akin to Nostalgia Critic on movie reviews, I was going by the name of That One Guy, which is where I've got the username TOGReviews. That One Guy Reviews is what the idea of my channel was going to be. It was going to be nothing but reviews. I went by That One Guy because I was too lazy to come up with a better screen name. My friends, me and my buddies, were watching one of my reviews at the time, pre-editing and pre-final production and everything, of Wanted. I hate that movie, by the way. We were watching my initial review of it before I did all the editing and cutting damn near an hour and a half out of it because I really went into too much detail. I went into a sense of detail where I was explaining bullets and bullet sizes and the different types of bullets and how bullets work and everything else about why this was not plausible, and it was all due to the scene where he shoots the fly's wings off. And my friend Timmy turned around and looked at me. He's like, "Dude, you explain too much. You analyze too much. You might as well just change your name to Professor because you like to explain so much crap." And everything. And I was just like, wow, whoa, the Professor? I like that. I've been looking for a screen name, and I like the Professor. It fits my style. I like to be over-analytical. I like to be cynical. And that just sounds like it fits perfectly. So that's where the screen name of the Professor came from. So of course, when I'm doing commentaries, I'm trying to do the personification of the Professor. So I'm not going to call them Ken's commentaries. I'm going to call them Professor commentaries, because it's me doing the persona of the Professor commentating on someone. Let's see. Number 2. Do you plan to make more videos on YouTube other than just commentaries? Have you looked at my channel? Kidding. Calm down. Yes, I do intend to do more than just commentaries. I've made video game reviews and movie reviews and AMVs in the past. I do intend to keep doing those. I intend to keep doing anime reviews as well. I love doing the anime reviews because that is one of my passions, which is anime. Hence me working in an anime convention. And on top of that, I intend to start doing a set of reviews where I'm going to be reviewing AMVs, anime music videos. And the reason I'm going to do that is because at the convention I work at on a regular occasion, I do host and run a AMV contest where me and two of my buddies judge the AMVs and we give out first, second, and third prizes for it. And that's something I've enjoyed doing at the past two conventions since I've been running that and created the contest. I intend to pull that into my channel is doing these AMV reviews. So I'll go ahead and put this out there. If you've got an AMV you would like me to watch and review and do an analysis of, send it to me. But that's something I want to pull in as well, is those AMV reviews. So I do intend to do more than just commentaries. I'm not going to let that get stale and old on my channel and be that's all I ever do. And I intend to keep doing parody videos. I'm going to find more videos to do parodies on because I really enjoyed doing those Sonic Fag parodies. Those were so much fun. And some of the reactions I got on the very first one I did on Oblivion's 300 sub special are just downright hilarious. People going, dude, you need to shut the hell up. What is wrong with you? They did their best. It's all due to Microsoft Paint. Okay? Why don't you get off their backs? I love those. I wasn't even meaning to troll, and yet people fell for me trolling when I wasn't trolling. So I intend to do the parodies as well, because those were fun, and just the reactions coming from those were downright freaking hilarious. Number 3. Which is better, the original Star Wars trilogy or the Star Wars prequel trilogy? Well, Triangle, that should be a very obvious answer. Obviously, the prequels! They've got Jar Jar Binks! The originals didn't have that! And if you take me seriously, slap yourself. But, no, obviously I'm going to go with the originals. It's really sad that the prequels, which were made recently, have worse special effects than the ones that were made in the 70s. Worse writing, worse acting. The only thing the prequels had going for them is the choreography for the fight sequences and the musical score. That's it. Other than that, they were shit. They were crap. They suck. So I'm definitely going with the originals. Better acting, better everything in those three. Okay, the next set of questions comes from Ramzar Ugliabeulvi. Once again, names. Hey. 5 questions for you. Number 1. Of all the anime game characters, why Lahara? I've already answered that with Havoc91's question at the very beginning of the video. Number 2. Star Wars or Star Trek? Simple answer. Long answer. Fucking Star Trek! I'm a Star Trek nut job. I love Star Trek. The original series, while very campy and very corny, I love that series. I love the original Star Trek. It's great. The things they did with the technology they had and the ability they had. And it is better than Star Wars in many ways, as far as I'm concerned. The plot lines are a lot better. They're more fleshed out. They're more developed. They didn't have people coming in later and screwing up the series. Unless you count Star Trek Enterprise, which didn't last very long. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. The Next Generation has got to be my favorite so far. Second to that is Star Trek Voyager, and then original Star Trek, and then Deep Space Nine. The reason Deep Space Nine gets to the bottom of that list is because 90% of the show was based on the space station, and that got very old and tired after a while seeing the same plot thread every episode. The final season kicked ass. Final season where they had the huge space battle where they had Admiral Picard and Admiral Janeway show up in the Galaxy class, or the Constellation class Enterprise and everything. God, that was awesome. Captain James T. Kirk or Captain Jean-Luc Picard? Well, I could go with James Kirk for the sole fact that he's the kind of guy who will blow up his own ship if it'll get him laid. But I have to go with Jean-Luc Picard. He's a much more fleshed out character. He's better wrote. He has much more of a personality. He is more of a three-dimensional character than Kirk was. Mind you, this is all due to the evolution of the series and the evolution of the writing team being able to actually write out the characters in the script a lot better and create them and show them and develop them a lot better than they could in the original series. But I have to go with Jean-Luc Picard. That and Patrick Stewart is a fantastic actor. I cannot think of a movie or a series or a game that he's ever been in that I did not enjoy Patrick Stewart. Let's see. 4. What is your favorite game genre? RPGs. I have to go with RPGs. That is my favorite game genre out of all of them. There's so many of them out there. I've been playing them since the first Final Fantasy and the first Dragon Quest on the regular Nintendo, and I've been attached ever since. I've played the ones on some of the classics on Sega Genesis, like Shining Force. Shining Force! You know, but I love RPGs. There's just so much to them. The narrative, the fact that they take more than a weekend to beat normally, unless you're playing on the 3DS, or the regular DS. But yeah, I love RPGs. Just the way they're so well fleshed out. The narrative usually is just so grand and intense. The fact that they've been evolving so much lately, where they're giving you more options within RPGs, especially WRPGs, Western RPGs. They're giving you a lot more options in the storyline and everything else. And Jay Frieden will probably attack me for that one. But yeah, I love RPGs to death. Western RPGs, Japanese RPGs, I love them both to death. I love both genres of RPGs altogether, and the subgenres beneath, like strategy RPGs and RTS and everything else. I love them. Question number 5, and my wife couldn't believe you asked this one. Anime or video game girl who you are in love with. Do you really think I'm that big of a weeaboo? Really? Okay, I might be. If I had to go with it, anime girls, it would be a good toss-up between someone like Mizuho Kazumi from Please Teacher, and if you want to know why, here's a picture of her. Or maybe Shampoo from Ranma Half. Hatsune Miku, don't give me that look. It's such a wide thing out there. As for like video game characters, I'd have to go with someone like Riku, obviously from Final Fantasy X and X-2, or Etna. And no, that's not pedophilia because she's like over 1,000 years old. I think it has to be Granny Love. Ugh. Hot, steamy Granny Love, but Granny Love nonetheless. But this is such a weird question to answer. I guess if I had to go with it, if I had to really, really, really pinpoint down a character, an anime character who I'm just downright obsessed with, I'd have to go with probably Mizuho Kazumi. For so many reasons. But it's such a wide list out of possibilities of anime and video game characters that I love to death, like Excel and people like that. It's such a weird question for someone to ask.